So guys, in the past few days, the crypto markets have been tanking down, has created a lot of opportunity just because of the events taking place, the Mt. Gox, Germany selling the Bitcoin, a lot of different things taking place. And I want to talk about it in today's video, what's going on, what you should be thinking and how to make the most during this bull run, during events like what's taking place today. But if you're new to the channel, go ahead and check out the rest of my content. I'm just a beginner in the crypto space, showing his wins, his losses, documenting his whole perspective on the space and everything else, just showing you guys what's possible as a beginner. But other than that, let's jump into it. So guys, like how I said, the crypto markets have been tanking nasty. Everything is actually on a slight recovery now though. If you look into the markets of all the top coins mainly in the markets, we're starting to see green. But basically there was a lot of events taking place around the Mt. Gox selling as well as Germany selling Bitcoin. We'll jump into that here in a second. But if you take a look at Bitcoin is starting to have a slight recovery. It's hit all the way down to around that 55,000 mark, which was really nasty, all the way honestly down to like 53. But we are honestly now on a recovery, which is looking quite good. There's specific price increments people talk about. I'm not an analytical trader talking about all these little specific things. I just follow the main sentiments around crypto, make some good investments, and from there just keep on following through with everything. But right now Bitcoin is the main thing we follow to make sure that our altcoins follow as well, and currently it's in the process of recovering. But we're gonna keep trading sideways with the events taking place. Ethereum is also slightly recovering. I bought some Ethereum actually last night and made some good plays before everything started pumping, which is honestly really cool. That's why I said I'm documenting my process as an entrepreneur and a beginner in the crypto space, just so that you guys can see what's possible whenever you keep up to date with everything and you get what you want done. But currently right now, when you take a look at the liquidations, there is still a lot of liquidations taking place in the crypto markets, which is one of the main reasons why everything is still starting to trade sideways. And this is based off of the market you're seeing right now. This is all within our intervals of pretty much our top coins in the top 100 cap. So right now liquidations are still starting to take place. Bitcoin is still having a slight recovery, but this is pretty much what's happening whenever all these events take place. Now let's talk into the specific events that I've been talking about: Mt. Gox selling as well as Germany selling. So one of the main guys I like to follow, Miles Dusher. He's really awesome. Miles Dutcher. I think that it's Dutcher, not Dusher. I'm not too sure. If you guys know, drop me a correction in the comments. But overall guys, he actually talks a little bit more about the analytics, what price predictions are, price action around Bitcoin and all other different coins. And he pretty much summed it all up really quick. You guys should go check out this video. He talks more in depth about it. I'm a beginner showing you guys what's possible and summing everything up really quick for you. But let's talk about the specific events. Miles is just talking about in the short term what's causing everything: the Mt. Gox selling as well as German selling. Right now we have a whole bunch of liquidations taking place with Bitcoin, and also some transferring as well going on with Bitcoin. Like, I can talk to you guys exactly what's going on. So one of the main guys I like to follow around specific things around Bitcoin and events in the crypto space is Plan B, 100 trillion at 100 trillion USD. He gives great information. But pretty much right now what's taking place, or what happened in the past few days, the German government was pretty much selling 50,000 Bitcoin, and 10,000 was already sold. Mt. Gox is giving around 142,000 Bitcoin back to its investors. Mt. Gox is a trading platform, exchange, so you guys can do your own research on that. But that's pretty much what's going on with Mt. Gox, as well as what Germany's been doing with their Bitcoin. However, what he's been talking about, because Plan B is awesome. I honestly just started following him about 2 years ago, but he's been here throughout it all, and he follows the actual big charts around Bitcoin. He follows the US economy, all different types of charts that show us the actual structure of what Bitcoin is doing and the process of it. And basically what he's been seeing with the data that he's been getting, there's no really indicator that we're seeing a structural weakness in the Bitcoin markets, which is really positive. And a lot of people around this whole Mt. Gox and Germany issue selling, a lot of people aren't worried about it anymore, just because the markets have already started to recover. And that's one of the biggest things Miles Dusher's talking about. Long term right now, the biggest things we should be focusing on is the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, as well as the election that's coming up for the United States. I'm in the US. The major political shift in crypto, because Trump is really pro crypto, and if he gets elected, basically with everything that's taking place with Biden not really performing very well in the election, there's a lot of positive sentiment for Bitcoin and crypto as a whole. On top of that, the $16 billion payout for FTX customers is coming out. So that's pretty much going to be another big catalyst for the crypto markets. And I think that's really cool, you know, to keep in mind all these specific events that are taking place, because it is really, really big whenever all this money starts to funnel in and, you know, the sentiment starts to change in the crypto markets. Now, let's jump into, you know, a few other big people in the space and just the sentiment in the crypto space. You guys already know, you know, the specific events that are causing all this to happen in the trajectory, but let's go ahead and just look around. So with my portfolio, I actually bought some Ethereum yesterday. Like how I said, I bought it whenever Ethereum was sitting below 3 Gs, which was really awesome. And then I bought some more of my AI positions, Hash AI and Destra. Destra is actually up 40% today, which is freaking crazy. It's awesome. This coin is performing really, really strong. Everyone's talking about the sentiment around AI and how this coin is going to be a blue chip. So I'm really positive and really, you know, excited to see exactly what's going to happen with this coin, as well as multiple other coins. My portfolio is actually pumping right now quite nice, and that's just because, you know, everything's having that slight retrace after, you know, hitting that really, really low. And we haven't seen lows like this in a while, so this is the time for opportunity. I talked about in my last video, you know, this is either going to be, you know, a big mistake or, you know, a big payout. And I know based off of, you know, everything that's been taking place in the markets, we're in the midst of a bull run. And if you're not taking advantage of these dips, you're losing out on money. With that being said, let's look at the sentiment of big people in the space. So currently, right now, Alex Becker, one of the main guys in his sentiment around crypto, he's been talking about how his thesis is, you know, when Bitcoin is going to hit that all-time high around over 100K. But let's talk about what he's specifically saying. So his thesis is still the same. Bitcoin passes 100K in the near future with a huge alt cycle to follow. Of course, this guy has no chart, TA, or logic to back this up. He says he purely feels it in his jellies. And it's funny, Alex Becker has been in the crypto markets for a while. He's been giving his perspective and everything on the space. I don't really think, you know, his calls are 100% really good. And he even says, you know, you shouldn't listen to his calls. You just follow what he's talking about and come to your own conclusions so that you can find success. But, you know, with big people in the space like this, it's awesome to see that the sentiment around them and what they're thinking in the crypto space still stays the same. Right now, guys, is the time to be buying. Honestly, now that we're seeing this positive return, we might see a slight retraceable again, but we honestly won't know until everything starts to take place. In bull runs, when everything is starting to take off, there is these huge retraces, and whenever that happens, that's when everyone panics and exit the markets. Liquidations start to take place, and when all that happens, the true people that are really invested into, you know, the proper vested projects and are actually going to be here for long term, and you know what you're doing, that is where the transfer of wealth is going to go. And that's what I'm all about, guys. That's why I'm here. I'm not a trader. I'm not trading small moves. I'm trading long-term sentiment. And, you know, I face ups and downs, but that's just part of the process. And if you're not taking advantage of these moments, you're losing out on so much. Like how I said, I bought Ethereum yesterday. I invested more into the current positions that I currently have and just saw, you know, what was the best buys and started to buy. And based off of what we're seeing with my portfolio, it's honestly, you know, really good because I've already done my research on the projects I'm invested in. I have strong faith in them, the community, the marketing, and everything that they're doing behind these projects. So I'm really all in on the projects that I'm invested in. And right now is the time. Everybody's talking about it. Crypto God John, another guy I wanted to pretty much talk to you guys about, is pretty much talking about how, you know, the $16 billion liquidity that's coming into the markets from FTX. I'm glad that he finally is, you know, talking about that and, you know, bringing this to people's attention. It's good, you know, when big people in the space keeping people aware of what's going on. On top of that, he also is bringing to the attention of the AI coins that are currently doing really good, and also a few big coins like Sol that he's really focused on. Currently, he also is invested in Desync. Talked about that 70% bounce that it had within that 24-hour mark whenever it reached a new low. So right now, guys, it's the time for conviction. And if you don't have that conviction, you're going to lose out. And at the end of it all, you need to keep in mind everything that we just talked about on this video. Main things, going back to Mile Dutcher's tweet, which is really awesome tweet just to keep in mind for the long term and short term. Right now, guys, for the short term, what's going on? You got the German selling as well as the Mt. Gox platform exchange pretty much transferring that Bitcoin to its holders, and that is, you know, going to cause some selling to take place. But overall, this is just in the short term. In the long term, we need to be thinking about the Bitcoin and ETH ETFs, all the price action that's going to be taking place around them, everything that's going to be going into the markets in the next few weeks to few months, the 2024 US presidential election and how that is going to affect the crypto markets, especially if Trump is elected, because he's all around crypto and talking about how we could use it in the future. On top of that, guys, we have the payout coming from the FTX fiasco, and the customers are going to be getting a lot of that money. Some people will not be putting that money into crypto, but a lot of them are, just because, you know, they already were invested into crypto. They're going to be funneling that money back into it. So overall, guys, right now is the time to be taking advantage. If you're not taking advantage of times like this, especially when the dip happened about 2 days ago, you're missing out. And following content like, you know, right here, I'm a beginner showing you guys what's possible, but also following people in the space, people like Miles Dutcher. I love this guy. You guys should go follow this guy. Like how I said, 100 trillion. This guy, Plan B. I love the info he gives. He's actually more analytical, an older guy that's been here through multiple cycles, knows more about the US economy and everything like that. So it's good to get different perspectives from people and keep in mind what's going on. But overall, guys, my portfolio is really positive right now. I'm invested in proper companies. I'm following everything that's going around in the crypto space, the sentiment, as well as keeping up to date with the big news. But there's nothing really to worry about. You should honestly be happy about these times and be taking advantage of these dips. And like I said, I'm just documenting everything throughout it. I'm just a beginner in the crypto space, showing you guys what's possible throughout this. So you guys really need to take advantage of everything. We're honestly not going to see that huge bull run until, you know, the 2024 presidential election. We got the Ethereum ETF trading live, and we got all of that price action taking place, as well as the FTX money coming in and more catalysts down the road. But guys, like how I said, I'm a beginner in this crypto space. If you guys are new to the channel, go check out all my other content, just showing you guys the wins, the losses, and what's possible with a beginner in the crypto space. But yeah, guys, just dropping my daily content. This is pretty much the biggest events that have been taking place this whole 2024 bull run. Everything is going down nasty, but we are on the retracement currently right now, and I'm really hyped to just document this process and see how everything is going. Go ahead and drop me a like, drop me a comment, sub. Let me know what you guys want to see, any questions, and your thoughts on my predictions, as well as what I'm currently seeing and saying about, you know, the whole crypto Twitter, crypto space, and everything else in between. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video. Like how I said, drop me a sub, drop me a like, drop me a comment, and I'll be sure to catch you guys tomorrow, hopefully. But alright, guys, peace.